Today, let's take a trip to a quiet village namely Shani Shingnapur in the Indian state of Maharashtra. It is situated in the Nevasa Taluka in Ahmednagar district. You have heard it's like no other place in the world, and you will soon find out why is it so. But first, why not subscribe and press the bell icon? You will reach there after a full night journey. It's early in the morning and the sun has not even risen yet. You drive through the village and nothing seems out of the ordinary, but that's when it hits you. There is not a single door or window on any of the houses. Then you think that maybe those ones are abandoned, but not so many. Then you think that whether you have come to the ghost town, and at that instant all your travel fatigue disappears. You get out of the taxi and explore the village. You see that the houses have no doors or windows. You walk down the street and looking around, but you cannot find any signs of life. As you approach one of the houses, you hear the knocking more clearly. There is a man outside fixing the table. Now you can also hear a woman talking and kids playing. And then you find out that yes, there are peoples living here. As you walk more through the village, you can see that although the houses don't have doors or windows, a family is sitting down to breakfast in their house, and you can clearly see into their home. On the other side you also see that a person is dressing up. Now you enter the market area full of retail shops and the sellers invite you to buy something. But some stores are closed. Well, you would not know it. Stores don't have any doors, either the salesperson is not in yet, but you can clearly see all the goods placed in there without any supervision.
Seeing all this, you become so puzzled, because something very strange is going on here.
Now it's time to get some answers. You approach to an elderly villager. He's probably lived his whole life here. After that, you ask him that why don't you have any doors, windows or locks in your village. Then the villager smiles and starts telling you the story. 300 years ago, a heavy rain and severe flood struck the village. A big slab of black rock reached up on the shore of the Peninsula River that used to flow there at that time. When the storm stopped and the villagers finally went outside, they found a rock and touched the slab with a stick, and it started bleeding, and the villagers left it there. At that night, Shani, the most feared god in Hindu religion, visited the villagers' leader in his sleep. The god said the rock is his icon, and he had chosen this village to reside in from now on. Shani promised him to live there and protect the people of the village from any danger. But Shani god had one condition. He ordered them to keep the rock in town, out in the open space, so he could observe the whole village. Shani god refused to build any roof over the slab because god didn't want to live in a shadow. After all, the villagers listened to Shani god and did everything he said. The rock was placed on a platform in the heart of the town. The villagers immediately felt protected, having Shani god watch over them every second of their lives. They got rid of their locks, because they were no longer needed. Also they removed all the doors, so that Shani god could freely see them. From then on, they will lived in peace under the watchful protective eye of Shani god. Anyone who attempts theft is said to be punished with blindness. The rule is very simple. There should be no doors, and this tradition is still going to this day. Also many times Shani god shows his powers. Very close to the iconic rock, there stands a tree. Everybody believed that when it grows bigger, the branches will cover the rock slab, but whenever they have grown long enough to shade the rock, the branches will catch the fire or break and fall to the ground. But when that happened, nobody was ever injured. Another time there was a wedding in the village. The weather suddenly started raging and the lightning bolt struck the tree. Nobody was harmed, but the tree burned for 12 hours continuously until there was nothing left, but the next day it was all green again. It's been a long time, but the locals still believe in their guardian and live by their traditions. They sleep safe at night in their houses with no door or locks. Everything inside a home, whether it is money or the jewelry, all left entirely unsecured, and while leaving, no one even asks their neighbors to watch the house, because they know they don't need to. Store owners can go somewhere for a couple of weeks and they simply leave all their goods on the shelves, perfectly visible and accessible from the outside, but nobody dares to steal. They do have a police station, but since it was built in 2015, it has not gotten a single report yet. There is a bank since 2011, and it has a glass door, but they say it's never locked, and for safety, the bank sends the cash to a neighboring town before it closes for the night. You know that there are some doubts also. Some people doubt Shani god's powers. They say the village doesn't have crime because it's a remote area. Others think that there is crime, but it is kept secret to maintain the village's reputation. So guys, that's all for today. Hit the like button and comment the best part of the video if you enjoyed it. Also, for more cool videos, subscribe to our channel and don't forget to hit the notification bell.